Okay, it's Christmas and you want to do a present for your friends. So what do you think you're going to do? A dice keyring, of course. Something like this. This is a dice keyring that I made. It's a D20, but you can also use other dice. And it's made so that the 20 face stays straight up. I don't think you can see it, but the 20 face is facing upright. Nice pun. I hate myself. So, what will you need to make one of those? We'll need some thin wire. I use these nails from an arts and crafts shop. A soldering iron with a modified tip that I made. Some super glue. The dice, of course. You will also need one of these rings and some thin wire to make the last ring. So how do you make this modified point? It's quite easy. You just take the rounded plier and one of the wire that I had you use before, like this, and you make one loop, right, so that you are able to slide it on top, like so. This one is this one. You are able to slide it on top of the soldering iron. Then you take this one and you fold it at a 90-degree angle, like so. Now it's a bit crooked, but it's going to work fine, like so. And then you do another 90-degree turn this way. Okay? After that, you will also need to make 2 turns around this, because this part is going to be the one holding most of the strength of the weight of the project, like so. Now you need this part to be fairly long, so don't overdo it like I did. Take this part right here, make it a little shorter, and then when you're done doing this structure, you just have to take this away. You have to cut it off with some cutting pliers, and there you have it. Something like this. It's going to bore a hole inside of your dice. So this is a USB soldering iron. It's going to work just fine. You just need something to bore a hole inside of the resin that the dice is made of. This is a built-in USB and it's going to work just fine. I think that it's going to melt at around 200 degrees Celsius, maybe lower, I don't actually remember, but you just have to wait until, in my case, this light goes green. Just for you to know, this is a Parkside PLKA for A2, nice green. You wait a bit until this point that I made turns hot enough, and then you start boring a hole in this angle, like so. Pay attention not to make any mistakes, because it's going to be hard to cover any scuffs on the dice. Don't do what I just did. Remember to be cautious when doing this, or you might ruin your die. Pay attention also not to burn yourself. It's not very pleasant to be hit by a big soldering iron that's about 200 degrees hot, even if it's on the nail. So yes, you just need to melt the plastic, make a hole to after that put inside the what is called the wire, the thinner wire, and it's going to work just fine. See, it's not that hard. If you have anything sticking way too high, see, it's not perfect, just take the cutting pliers and snip it off, and then you clean it with, I don't know, some knife, I guess. It's going to work with anything that's sharp and is able to cut through some very soft material like resin. There we go. Here I have a little folding knife. It's going to work perfectly for this. Just need to enlarge the hole like so. And after that, you just need to take the thinner wire and put it inside, wedge it inside, like so, in order for you to fold it. Fuck. Well, if the hole is too small, you just need to melt it a little bit more deep. Apply some force and wiggle it around until you think that it's going to be just enough. Now that's fine. That should be good enough. Then you take this other one, this other wire, and just wedge it in. Good, and then you just have to fold it like so. You see, this is a 90-degree fold. It's wedged inside, so it's not going to move anywhere. You cut it at, I don't know, about 1 centimeter of length, and then using the rounded pliers like these ones, you take it and make a loop around so that it is going to make a small ring. Like so. It doesn't have to be perfectly circular. It just needs to be able to hold the other ring. And then, when you have done that, you just need to take the super glue and put a tiny drop of super glue on top of this that you have just created. Always remember to dry the, the tip of your super glue so that it won't stick inside the cap. I use super attack and this is nasty. Don't touch it or it's going to stick to your fingers. Well, we can also clean the inside of this. Good. Then you see that here there is a little bit of there is too much glue, so you just take something to remove it. I guess some paper is fine, so don't worry too much about what to use. You just have to hold on to the two parts of the ring to hold it together, and to stick to the die itself. After the gluing part is done, you don't really need to wait for it to dry. You just take one of the rings that you have lying around, and you take the pliers, open it up like you would normally do. You open it up like so, and you drive it through the dies, the ring. Easy as that. And there you have it, a perfect gift for Christmas, or for a perfect gift for Christmas, or for a nice session.